Kids MEGAFEST. Oh, Kids MEGAFEST. Kids MEGAFEST. I'm sure by now you guys already know this slide, right? Kids MEGAFEST. Hey, Kids MEGAFEST. Hey, Kids MEGAFEST. Hey. Guys, I'm so excited today. It is the last day of our amazing week. I'm Amelie. I've been having so much fun this week. I am so excited. If today is your first time watching us, welcome. So you'll see a number scrolling through your screen. Ask mom, dad, or any adult to send new to that number. I'm so happy you're joining us today. So I'm sure you're wondering, why am I carrying this lovely backpack here? I'm going on an adventure, guys, and inside my backpack, I have my notes, which I'm going to be using to jot down all the things I learn about, and you should grab yours too. So, I hope you're ready. We're going to the palace. So, let's go. I'm so excited. Yay!
Long ago, in a kingdom more majestic than any other, there lived a beautiful young princess, Anna. Anna had not always been a princess. When she was an infant, the king had found her, abandoned in the forest, and brought her to the castle to raise as his own. Yet, as Anna grew, so did her curiosity. She wondered about the world outside the kingdom. What had she missed? What lay beyond the green gardens of the castle? Anna sighed. She propped her elbow on the ledge, rested her chin in her hand, and stared out the castle window. Flowers dotted the meadow, children splashed in the creek. Beyond the meadow, the dark forest loomed.
What a beautiful day outside. What a bad day to be inside.
Princess? A voice called. Your studies.
Yes, Sir Henry.
Anna glanced towards the forest. The round man looked up, raising his eyebrows. Excuse me?
About the lowlanders, I hear that they never work and their days are filled with fun.
The tutor lowered his book. Forget them. They mean us harm.
But all I do is work. I'm just not sure I was meant to be a princess.
Sir Henry crossed the room and rested his hands on Anna's shoulders. I have watched you since the day you arrived, and I have been your teacher since you were small. I have seen you blossom with your father's guidance. Listen to me, the forest is no place for anyone, especially the daughter of royalty. Those trees know an evil that does not sleep.
But
Sir Henry interrupted by placing a finger on her lips. Your studies, there is much to learn. Anna nodded, but stole one last glance into the valley, wondering what about life away from the castle. Deep within the forest, 3 lowlanders plotted and rummaged through costumes. Hima and Ghana usually shared a costume. Look, let's be donkeys, Hima offered. Not again, that shoot is hot, and you stink, Ghana smacked. Get your put on a hood. The princess would feel sorry for a poor old hag. Passing as hags wouldn't be hard for them. With aunt shoulders and warty noses, they looked like the pact. They were tree-stumped shaped, with faces as bumpy as cobblestones and hairs as pointy as oak leaves. Getcha was the tallest, but if he were to stand near the princess, he would barely come to her waist. You two dress as farmers, ordered Getcha. I'm on top, Emma shouted. You got top last time, Ghana objected. Yeah, and look what happened. I was brilliant. We nabbed 3 castle dealers. The silence, Getcha interrupted, holding a finger skyward. We have one shot at the princess. Obeid will be angry if we fail. The 3 lowered their heads. Obeid, whispered Gunners. Obeid, echoed Emma. After a quiet moment, they resumed plotting. Getcha instructed. Tomorrow, when the teacher brings the girl to the creek, you two distract him, and I'll lure her into the trees. He hissed and smiled his one-two smile. Obeid will be proud. Back at the castle, the king shook his head. Why? He asked his daughter's teacher. Why is she so curious about the lowlanders? He struck his square jaw and stared at his old friend. Maybe she wonders what her life would have been like if she had not become a princess. Sir Henry explained. She hears rumors of their easy life. Easy? Dwelling in a dark forest? Dodging the wrath of Obeid? She is young, Your Majesty. Yes, but she is mine. The king shook his head. I've tried to tell her so many times. She is meant to do important things. Perhaps she'll listen to me, Your Majesty, Edward said, stepping forward. The king smiled at the young man who spoke. Edward was the strongest of his knights. Indeed, she might listen to you, Edward. She certainly notices you. Edward's face blushed, but he did not smile. We must put an end to these thoughts of the lowland. Obeid sees your daughter as a prize to be won. The king stiffened at the sound of his archenemy's name. You are right. Talk to her. Tell her how the poison minds and... He paused. Remind her once more how much I love her. Sir Henry led Edward through grand halls towards a large door. He heard feet pattering on the other side and shook his head, knowing Anna was dashing toward a desk from the window. As they entered, she reopened her book. Anna looked at Edward and smiled. Her beauty stole his breath. Black satin hair, rosy cheeks, deep green eyes. It wasn't long ago that he had avoided her, during the time that he had trained to be a knight. She had excelled at being a brat. How was she so suddenly pretty? Edward? Sir Henry reminded. Oh yeah, he answered, clearing his throat. With your permission, milady? She nodded. Your fascination with the forest troubles us, princess.
Have you been with them, Edward?
Her excited voice betrayed her curiosity. The lowlanders mean you harm.
But I've heard they have nothing but fun.
You've heard wrong. Avoid these servants of Obeid. She shrugged, but the tone of Edward's next words urged her to heed his caution. Your father loves you so much, Hannah. She smiled.
And I love him, Edward. I know to be careful.
The knight nodded with uncertainty and then dismissed himself. Still worried, he walked through the halls, fearing the worst. He was right to do so. The next day, Sir Henry kept watch as the princess waded in the creek. The blue sky and bubbling waters lifted his spirits. Suddenly, a voice called, "Oh, friend, help!" The teacher turned to see a farmer ambling toward him. The wide-brimmed hat and chest-length beard covered Emma's face. Gunnar, hidden within the long coat, groaned beneath the weight. Barely able to see, he tripped, causing Emma to wobble even more. The sight of the old man might have aroused Sir Henry's suspicions, but the man's clumsiness stirred his compassion. He hurried toward him, unaware of a disguised lowlander approaching the princess. Is it true what I heard, young woman, that you desire to visit the forest? Anna, knee dipped in the water, looked up with a trusting smile.
You know the lowlanders?
Indeed I do. The princess glanced towards her teacher, helping the old man.
What? I can't.
It will only take a moment, the woman enticed, beckoning with a crooked finger. Hannah looked towards the castle, then back to the enticing little figure. By the time Sir Henry had righted the clumsy farmer, the old woman had convinced Anna to follow her into the forest. For just a peek, Getcha assured in his highest voice. Only a few steps into the trees, Anna regretted her decision. She couldn't keep up with the woman.
This may be too easy for you, but I'm too...
To what? Getcha snapped with his normal voice, turning with such speed that his hood flew off. Anna tried to scream but couldn't. Too tall? Too pretty? Too good for the lowlanders? You are one of us now, he proclaimed. The princess turned to run, but the forest had closed behind her. Your king can save you, Getcha cackled, rubbing his hands together. Meanwhile, Sir Henry and the villagers searched, but no one had seen where Anna had entered the forest. The princess was gone.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome to Harvested Kids on TV. My name is Michael, and we are so excited, super duper excited to announce to you that our Kids MEGAFEST for this year 2020 is happening this week. Yes! It's going to be a week-long filled with different fun activities like pop quiz, like story adventure, like fun at the movies. Oh, and we're going to be having cooking with the Lagos housewife. How excited is that? So, like I said, it's going to be a week-long event starting from Monday, 25th of May, which is, this Monday, all the way to Friday, May 29th. And the grand finale is going to be on Sunday, where we're going to have your kids performing or featuring in the service. Oh, and much more importantly, Pastor Bolaji Idowu is going to be around also on that day to pray for all the children, your children. So, to participate, to have your child participate, all you need to do is just send a video recording of your child singing, Jesus loves me, yes, I know. Oh, and also, let your kids tell us why they think their mom is the best in the whole world. And then also, we want to know what your kids would like to become when they grow up in the future. That's it. Send it to this email on the screen below, and then let your child stand a chance to win one of the many great prizes and giveaways that we have lined up for the week. Are you excited already? Yes, we can't wait to have you. Thank you very much. See you. Cheers!
When the king heard, he wept quietly. Who took her? He asked Sir Henry. I don't know, the teacher responded sadly. Suddenly, Edward entered, pulling the farmer by the sleeve, leading him before the king. Gunnar, within the cloak, tripped on Edward's foot, sending the two imps sprawling. The lowlanders scurried to their feet. Edward drew his sword. The king motioned him back. Where did you take Anna? The king demanded. Emma snicked. Take her? She went by her choice. Liars, defied Edward. Any evidence of her resistance? She wanted to leave, Gunnar added. The king shook his head sadly. He knew the lowlander spoke the truth, and he knew that no one except a lowlander could navigate the forest. Would he ever see Anna again? His attendants assumed he wouldn't want to. To be kidnapped is one matter, but to run away? He spun from the window and surprised them. I will go after her. Their response was quick. But the forest? I will cut a path. It is thick. I am strong. Silence hung. Finally, one night dared. But she has chosen them, the king replied. She has been my daughter much longer than she has been with them. And so the king prepared to leave, vested in his strongest armor, bearing his sharpest sword, emboldened by the kingdom's bravest art. He stood at the castle gates. Edward offered to accompany him, but the king declined. This is my job. But you will need help. I'll be fine. You wait here and guard the castle. Edward threatened. That I will do. When you return with Anna, you will find me waiting. Sir Henry apologized again for his part in losing the girl. You aren't to blame, the king said softly, placing a hand on Sir Henry's shoulder. This battle was destined to happen. People lined the castle walls, watching the king stride towards the trees. Without hesitation, he entered the forest, and with one mighty slash of his sword, ancient boughs began to tumble. The image of Anna crawling her way through the brushwood tormented him. His arms and legs bled from the thorns. A cut would be worse. As the fog thickened, lowlanders mounted resistance. Him snapped at his legs, swinging from above. They clogged his shoulders. Lacking courage to face him, they hid in the brush and darted from holes. One flash of the king's blade, and they scampered into hiding. They could not slow his progress or lessen his resolve. The forest ended abruptly. The king stepped into a clearing, his clothing and skin torn. He found Anna, confused, in the center of the village. The forest dwellers had abandoned their huts. The princess didn't run, nor did she approach her father. She stood, frozen with shame. He sighed. Her clothing and skin were shredded, her hair matted and cut with burrs. Her back was already beginning to stoop like a lowlander. When he touched her shoulder, she stiffened. Come back with me, he offered. She said nothing. Why would you stay? She had no answer. Not for her father, not even for herself. Come back to the castle with me, he offered. She mumbled, but you weren't made for this. The king was silent. He knew what had to be done. Looking for me? The sound of Obed's voice made the monarch cringe. Your daughter is content here. No one is content in your presence. Obed's eyes glowed. His bat-wing cape hung to the ground, exposing clawed feet. I have come for Anna. She is mine, one of many to come. They cannot resist. You can't keep them from the shadows, Obed growled. I'll give you something better, the king offered. What could be better than the daughter of the king? Obed laughed. Then realized what the king meant. Oh, you wouldn't. The king's silence was his answer. Give yourself? Anna turned towards her father. No! She prayed softly. Obed risked no delay. He opened his cape, releasing legions of lowlanders that rushed to swarm the king. Soon Obed stood over the king's lifeless body. Behold your king, Anna. His love couldn't save you, nor himself. Anna rushed to her father. Her tears dropped onto his face.
What have I done?
Obed yanked her up. You have sealed your people's doom. He cocked his head, releasing high-pitched laughter. The lowlanders jumped and danced and screamed at the feet of their leaders. Anna stood still.
What have I done?
She asked herself again. Kneeling, she took the king's hand and pressed it to her face. Then she felt his hand move. She searched his face. For years, when retelling this story, she would describe this moment. His eyes opened and sparkled as if saying, "They may try, but they can't kill me." She stood. Obed commanded, "Grab her!" "Stop," her father declared, jumping to his feet. "You have no power over me or mine." The lowlanders crept backward. Obed did too, muttering. He and his defeated followers ducked into the forest. Just then, Ima and Ghana appeared. "We escaped! Anna is ours!" Ima stopped. Ghana ran into him. They stared at the king, then at the empty village. "Huh? Looks like we came at a bad time," Emma whimpered, slowly backing away. The two turned and ran between the trees. The king turned to Anna, smiled, and extended his hand in her direction. She still didn't understand.
I can't go back. I don't know the way.
"But Anna, that is why I came." For the first time, she saw the opening, a path leading to the castle. Now she understood. Placing her hand in his and her trust in him, she made a choice. "Stay with me," the father invited. "I will show you the way home." The
End.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So at the end of our story, we'll be discussing some lessons that we've learned. And I have today with me Princess Cinderella. Hi kids! So, Princess, how does it feel to be an actual princess?
Well, it feels awesome. It's such a blessed and amazing experience. Because I'm a princess, everything happens to be under the authority of the king. When I ask, things usually work out for me. And when I knock, doors open. So it's such a blessed and wonderful experience.
Now kids, you agree with me that in every princess story, it always has a happy ending. Tell us, why must he always have a happy ending?
Well, that's part of being a princess. Because our lives as princesses are usually planned out by the king. The king makes sure that everything aligns and works in line with his plan. And his grand plans for us are usually good and not of evil. So ultimately, always leads us to a very happy ending.
Okay, so now in the story, Princess Anna was so interested in the lives of the lowlanders and she really wanted to be like them. So can you explain to me why?
Well, I think like every one of us, Princess Anna got curious. And she just believed that the lives of the lowlanders would be more fun and things were working out better for them. But we all know how that turned out. The truth is, Princess Anna should never have compared her grand and wonderful life to that of the lowlanders.
I agree. So, you're a princess in your own right.
Yes.
How can you relate to Princess Anna?
Well, just like Princess Anna, I wasn't born a princess, I was chosen. And also, like Princess Anna, I was rescued from my wicked stepmothers and stepsisters. But unlike Princess Anna, who already had a wonderful life and just wanted to see how life on the other side was, I, on the other hand, I was living a wretched life until I happened to be rescued by royalty.
It sounds like a dream, guys. I know a lot of us out there want to be royalty. I want to be a princess. Tell me, how do I become a princess?
Well, that's a very good question. If you believe in Jesus Christ, then you're already into royalty. Once you give your life to Christ, you become a prince and a princess of the wonderful kingdom of God. But if you haven't given your life to Christ, now may be the best time to do so. So you get to enjoy all the wonderful and amazing things that princesses and princes enjoy.
Wow, so guys, you heard Cinderella. If you want to become part of royalty, you know what to do, right? Give your life to Christ. So, the last question I have is, what are the top lessons we can learn from this story?
Number one, I would say is, kids, we must learn to be content. What you have is enough. The life you're living is beautiful. You don't have to look at other people and envy them. Secondly, we must learn to obey God and our parents because they definitely know better. And lastly, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Or like Princess Anna, the forest isn't more fun than the castle. So we must always be happy and content. Oh, and I'll just add, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't know what to do, you feel lost, you feel confused, call on God and ask Him for help. He'll surely show you the way back home.
Thank you so much, Cinderella. So, we've all heard our own side of the story. If you ever find your way away from the kingdom or away from home, you know you can always call on the King, our Father, which is God, to help you find your way back home. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, kids,
for joining us. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, let us know. Until next time, bye.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome to Harvested Kids on TV. My name is Michael, and we are so excited, super duper excited to announce to you that our Kids MEGAFEST for this year 2020 is happening this week. Yes! It's going to be a week-long filled with different fun activities like pop quiz, like story adventure, like fun at the movies. Oh, and we're going to be having cooking with the Lagos housewife. How excited is that? So, like I said, it's going to be a week-long event starting from Monday, 25th of May, which is, this Monday, all the way to Friday, May 29th. And the grand finale is going to be on Sunday, where we're going to have your kids performing or featuring in the service. Oh, and much more importantly, Pastor Bolaji Idowu is going to be around also on that day to pray for all the children, your children. So, to participate, to have your child participate, all you need to do is just send a video recording of your child singing, Jesus loves me, yes, I know. Oh, and also, let your kids tell us why they think their mom is the best in the whole world. And then also, we want to know what your kids would like to become when they grow up in the future. That's it. Send it to this email on the screen below, and then let your child stand a chance to win one of the many great prizes and giveaways that we have lined up for the week. Are you excited already? Yes, we can't wait to have you. Thank you very much. See you. Cheers!